Gathering my thoughts. Grand Risings. Grand Risings. This is Siri-lily. I'm sitting here gathering my thoughts, thinking of everything that's going on in the world today. And you have to have focus. You can't think of it all, but you need to be aware. There are so many lessons to be learned. There's so much going on, so much happening. People are confused and they're afraid. I woke up this morning very early with a start because the ancestors are busy and they want us to wake up so that they can use us. Grand Risings, Baba Ifalade. Grand Risings. It's good to see you. And thank you, Asanta, for your presence. My candle's burning very high. For those of you who know what that means. I want to talk about so many different things, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time, take up a lot of your time, because this is a weekday. It's a day of business. But I do want to bring clarity for what I'm being told. And the first thing that comes to my mind is to educate the children. We need to get our kids out of these schools. Since you're paying your tithes to the church, and the church is what you believe in, you need to go to your pastors and ask them to make room for your children 5 days a week. 4 would be enough. But I know you're used to daycare. You need someone to babysit. So, and at that, since we're sending our children to be babysat, we need to be more conscientious of the people who are sitting with our children. Shape Community Center does an amazing job every day. The women there, I'd say pay your tithes to Shape Community Center and to what Deloitte Parker has begun. He and many others, but he's the last standing one that I'm aware of, who dedicated their time and is still dedicating their time and love and energy. And I believe the ancestors are blessing him because of it, because he's connected with his people. I know a woman who has a church and a school. It's already set up and ready to go. Very brilliant people, not beholden to the government tax breaks. Her church is beholden to the people, and she's some brilliant people in that church. I've met some. Some may even be watching now. I'm not sure. You never know who's watching you in the world. All you can do is do your best. Be your best. Love yourself. And in order to do that, you need to know yourself. And in order to do that, you need to know the people that brought you here, your ancestors. Learn as far back as you can. There's power in that. So we need to educate our children. Ashe. I get excited because I get these inspirations and I channel information. My mother was a teacher. So when I woke this morning with the start, I know it was her. The connection for the school. Networking is my gift. That's the thing that I do. So that's why y'all are watching. And thank you, by the way, every one of you. There's so many people here. I see you, Ross Gad. I see you, Maurice Shabazz. I see you, Gregory Terry. I see you, Makmosh, Eddie Williams, Tito Vegas. Hi. I see you all. Thank you for joining in. And thank you for the people who will watch later. I know that it's already time for work and you're traveling or what have you. So Um, there's so much sensationalism going on in the world, so many distractions. And I don't even say its name. I call it number 45. And you all know who I'm talking about. I heard someone say earlier, why are we feeding that beast? Why are we talking about that beast? Why are we giving that beast so much of our time and energy and attention when our energy needs to be focused on our people, on our babies? We're watching television. I threw the television out a long time ago. One thing Barack Obama did for us, nobody paid attention. Nobody's talking about it. He said, throw the television out. It was as if he was trying to give us a hint. I just watched the video for the first time. Steve Harvey and Monique, the sensationalism. We're going to have to wake up so we can learn to read the signs. They're there. They're everywhere. I don't know if any of you are fans of Prince. I love me some Prince. The minstrels are sirens and they have messages. So that's some deeper esoteric stuff. We'll get into that later. So much to talk about. And I'll expound on some of these other topics if you guys want me to. You tell me what you want to hear of the topics that I bring up, and we can talk about it. I have it where you can't put it on my Facebook page, but you can send me an inbox. I receive inboxes, and I do see them, but I don't respond to nonsense. And I've already said that I'm not here for the nonsense. I have a goal. I have a responsibility, and I'm obedient to it. Ashe, Asanta. They all wanted to come out at once, thanking the ancestors and making it real. B. Smith, that's the last topic. I said I was going to wait on that one because everybody's so sensitive about B. Smith. And, if you live your truth and you be your best and you do right by what's in your heart, who can judge you but God? And who is God? Is it that white man, that Jesus, that distorted view of Christianity? Is it some oppressor's religious view of what is right and wrong? And if it's their religious view of what is right and wrong, why are they not following it? And why are we the only ones following it? When I say we, I mean African, melanated people. It's twisted. We're on a hamster wheel of organized religion. And that is sending us into, detriment. But all you have to do is wake up. See the sign. It's I'm not saying that you can't believe in something, but it needs to be deeper than the oppressor's version of what God is. And Steve Harvey is a prime example of that. When Monique said that, you all came to me in private because you were afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of who? If you're a God, afraid of what? God is in you. I no longer fear. I love this double-edged sword of social media that we have. The connection that says that I can tell my people that if we come together and vibrate, we defeat them, the enemy. It's that simple. The universe is doing it for us anyway. That's why everyone is waking up. The earth is shaking off the fleas, if you will. So, and many of the people who are close to me have heard me say that before. B. Smith. There's a disconnect of intimacy that has occurred among our people. A negative spirit brought that to me, believe it or not. They explained to me what happened that caused them to disconnect from their people, to hate self. It was done to us by the sexual breeding of us. We've disconnected from our intimacy. We, as a people, did not understand. We haven't understood what it meant to connect sex with love. They've been separated from us. It is a part of the destruction of the unity of our families. I was speaking to a friend a while back, and everything in nature is in agreement. Lions, the female lions are the ones who do all the work. The male lion just protects the female from the other men. I'm just saying, in nature, that is how it is. Doesn't mean you have to participate in that to survive. It just means it is a natural thing. Now, I heard a sister do a video and everyone attacked the sister. And she said, leave B. Smith alone, leave her husband alone. At least he didn't divorce her. He stayed. He stayed. Do you know how many of you people who are attacking this man, you women who are attacking this man, how many of your husbands stayed? They loved you. Or did you just not let them? Because we too are broken. We don't know how to respect our men or love them or give them anything except for chastisement. They've been degraded. They've been emasculated, demasculated, and now we too are emasculating our men because it's what we saw being done. We've been taught it. So not only are we trying to do it to the men, the adult men that we meet, but we were doing it to our sons. We've been sleeping in a religion. It's time to wake up. That sexual connection that was made between mother and son, between father and daughter during slavery. That's where this comes from, that disconnection of intimacy. How does that tie into B. Smith? Guess what? It should have been a sister that was there helping that man, not a white woman. Should have been one of us. But instead, all we can do is tear that man down. I hope. I ask. Because that's the last thing I want is for, Alzheimer's or some senility. I think I have so much to offer this world to come in. But should my husband have to deal with that, I certainly hope he'd stay. That's all I'm saying on that topic. And I think, what time is it, guys? Is it, any questions? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Because I've only been here for a little while. Figured 30 minutes is a long time, so good, Angelo. You said you don't watch TV. I tell you what, I'll end the video then if no one has any questions. Hi, Stephen Biko. Love the name. Bandele Kosi. Bandele Kosi. Where are you from? I will teach as long as, Stephen, thank you for that. I will teach as long as the ancestors give me something. I welcome the ancestors to come in and speak through me as long as they are benevolent. If, and I've done things like this before, I can't always do it. They need to be willing. But you have to be willing too, and you have to be obedient for them to want to talk to you. So I teach what the ancestors give me. I tell people all the time, it's not me. It's not me. I teach what the ancestors give me. I live on hallowed ground, and I think that's one of the reasons why, I vibrate so strong right now. But I've always had this. I've always known it. So, the Black family unit is going to be restored. Speaking of the school, I think every community could do this. I think that every community could have a church where you go to, and if the preacher doesn't want to deal with this, then say goodbye. Because here's the thing. You're paying tithes, but you're also paying for daycare centers. And I know that my grandson at 2 years old, he could read and write. Literally, he knew his alphabet forward and backwards. He knew shapes, parallelogram, octagram. I've got old videos back there somewhere of him, where he's telling you the shapes and colors of all. He's speaking Spanish at 2. He taught me my colors of Spanish at 2. And I lived in San Antonio. I've forgotten my Spanish. But these are things that we could be teaching our kids at a very young age. They could be done with primary school by the time they're 15. And then we could begin teaching them skilled trades. So that by the time that they're 19 years old and ready for college, they're fully self-sufficient. They need to learn gardening. They need to learn electrician, I know a master electrician. He'd probably be happy to teach, and not work so hard, because he's been doing it for 30 years or more, and he belongs to a great big church and has paid tithes. I know lots of people that have different skills that they could teach. I know a mechanic, diesel mechanic. We need distribution. That I'm working on something right now for a future goal for distribution. I haven't forgotten about you, Rashawn, by the way. There's so much that we could teach our kids right out of our churches, since that's where all of our money's going. But the other part is, it's not going to be a daycare center. You can't just drop your kids and leave. Not all the time. Anyway, because you are going to be paying. And if it's an accredited school, listen, we don't like number 45, but even the devil has to give up what's bad, what they have to give up if we command it. So we commanded some change, and guess what? There's charter school money. You can teach kids what you want. They don't care. They're just trying to give you some money to leave them alone, let them do what they think they're doing over there, which is nothing. They're going to take themselves out. Listen, we don't have to worry about this, white folks. They're going to take themselves out. They've already done it with the curses they've called upon themselves. So, and I mean, I know you can see it happening. They're killing each other up. Their children are going into the schools and shooting each other up. I've spoken before about Paradise, California. That was a predominantly racist South neighborhood. That's what that was, all of it. And those people had devastation. And I saw a newscast. I can't find it anymore. I looked and looked. I can't find it. I should have saved it. I'm going to learn to do that. I saw a newscast that someone recorded, a white man, and he was saying that there was fire shooting down from the sky. So he did some research, because he was like a weatherman, and he saw the fires in the atmosphere. He saw fire coming downward. And so he couldn't understand. So he did some research, and he found out that there had been some sort of radioactive spill in the same area of Paradise, California, back in the 50s, something like that. And I say the ancestors took that energy and shut it down at that area. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand. We don't have to worry about them. I think your Bible says that that's a fight of principalities and spirit. Look, the ancestors got that, their side of it. They just need you to wake up. They need you to wake up. They need you to stop being a Steve Harvey. They need you to stop being afraid. Cowards. Just wake up. You gods. You gods. Ashe. I think they're done with me, y'all. I don't know. Let's see what it says. Stephen, Ashe, 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 Stephen. I'm going to make my live public when I'm done. I do them live for us. And then I make them public later. So, and I like to do that because I'm sharing with my family. I add a lot of people, and I know I'm going to have to delete some folk. If you're not active, I'm going to delete you. I learned from Fundi Fi, my sis, who I watched her lives, and she's dynamic, and she's a teacher of mine. I have much respect for Fundi Fi. If you don't know her, get to know her. I talk about her. She's on my page. In fact, I need to see her soon. She is one of my teachers. I have a family of people, a tribe here. And I suggest you find yours if you're alone, because this can be a lonely journey. One of the things I'm most grateful for is my tribe. I located this tribe through my ex, if you will. So I had to thank him for that. And guess who I turned to? I turned to this tribe upon our breakup. And so he put me in good hands. He did that. And so he doesn't understand why I thanked him. And I do. I thank him for that. So, and Orisha, I do too. I thank the ancestors. I thank the universe. God is real. I don't, listen, I'm not anti-Christian. I'm not anti-anything. I'm not anti-religion. I'm pro-love. I'm proactive. I'm pro-unity. If you are melanated and you claim your blackness and you stand for, fight for, die for your blackness and believe in your blackness, then that's who I'm pro. I'm not anti-white. I don't hate anyone. There's no room, or hate takes up a lot of energy. You know, when you have it, not many of my people got it. I have had it. It can be a driving force, but you have to channel it. And I don't have the energy at this age. Young people, hate is for young folk. Hopefully we can take it and guide it into something that is a good force. Because you see, everything requires balance. With all of that said, I think I'll end this. And thank you so much for the love. Peace and blessings. Enjoy your day. I know that it's in Texas a dreary one, but it's still a beautiful day. Ashe?